that the winner avoids another 2 days of hard work at the Snooker coalface.
Yeah, you're right. The runner-up of this will be back for Group 2 tomorrow, which is another 2 long days of snooker. It can be a little bit disheartening. You put all this effort in over the last couple of days, one game away from securing your place in Winners' Week and having a nice Christmas off, to come back to do it all again. Neither player will want that, I suppose, but that's a great opening red from Jack. Really confidently played.
Especially, Stephen, in light of the fact that that was his weakness against Brown in the semi-finals. Took on plenty of reds from distance and missed the majority.
6.
Yeah, it's something we've come to expect from Jack. He's very, very dangerous
7.
at range. Feel like you have to nail him to the cushion at all times to prevent him from potting anything at distance, and just showcasing that there with that opener. And straight away
14.
developing the black spot as well, so great thinking
15.
from Jack. Nicely in now. A few reds in open play as well.
Got to the final
22.
of Group 1 in last season's Championship League, did Jack Lisowski.
23.
Lost out to Liang Wenbo. And then the following day in Group 2 just wasn't at the races. Ended up being eliminated.
$28.
Yeah, he'll be keen to get the job done, will Jack. Played some good stuff. Looked really good yesterday. Not so much today, but he's grafted
29.
for his place here in the final.
For a man of his silky touch, dropping on the incorrect side of the blue there was annoying. As was that attempted recovery Brown,
Jack Lisowski,
which was
29.
rather tentative.
Yeah, he's not struck that one too well at all. He never really threatened the pocket, and cue ball much further away than he would have liked. But this is still on for Matt. That's a nice opener.
1.
Top side of the blue as well, so you have to say that's a good pot.
So far, not enjoyed the most productive of campaigns, Matt Selt. Doing well in this group would be a real boost. But that's no good.
No, that plant just had to be made, and in catching the right side of the initial red meant the cue ball was always travelling. Didn't quite know where it was going to end up. Could have quite easily finished on the black, but not to be, so just has to take his medicine and try and put Jack in some trouble.
Matthew Selt, 7.
His best performances, Selt, in ranking events this season, modest. Got to the last 32 of the UK Championship, and the same at the English Open. Well, the lower ranked player is banging again. Or at least the lower ranked player should have been banging again. Worrying signs.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tentative shot again from Matt, trying to just hold for the pink. Could have probably struck that a little bit more positively, playing up for green or brown or even yellow. So Jack back in.
Seven.
Landed nice on the red to corner to fully open the pink spot, so having to take red into middle with plenty of right hand side to just try and manipulate the direction of the cue ball off that side cushion. Needs a good shot now on the green though. Well, he struck that like a dream. How well's he cued that one?
11.
It was, Stephen, a shot that just oozed class. Narrowly avoiding the brown. Hit that one on the nose.
Twelve.
If you can hear some balls being potted, that must be
16.
some of the new arrivals for Group 2 tomorrow, getting a little bit of early practice.
It is, yeah. I've just seen Jamie Jones on my way
17.
into commentary, the Welsh cueman in practicing, ready for tomorrow. He arrives. Putting a few hours in for Group 2. Of course, the loser here also will be joining that group.
21. Twenty-two.
Slightly awkward cueing. Now though, Lisowski on the threshold of
29.
taking the opener. This is frame ball.
$30. $34. Jack Lisowski, 34.
That was a little sloppy, but 56 ahead, 43 on. I thought it was debatable whether Selt would continue he does.
Yeah, had the red not been behind the black spot as it is, I doubt Matt would have done, but just gives the outside chance of a free shot at a snooker for him. Get cue ball in behind the black, send the red up the table if he can, and hope for a free ball.
This is not dissimilar to the first frame of his semi-final against Ryan Day. He required 3 snookers, but he made Day's life uncomfortable.
Matthew Selt, 8. Foul. 4, Matthew Selt.
They're the first penalty points. Still very much against Selt, of course. But frames have been salvaged, Stephen, from bigger deficits than this.
Yeah, you're right, and there's always that outside chance that something can happen. It's highly unlikely, and that's not the best shot Matt's ever played. I won't be surprised to see this red pocketed by Jack. Not to be.
Trying to get snug in behind the brown, but the yellow will do as a blocking ball. In fact, this is no picnic, the escape.
No, he's got a chance of coming off this black cushion, but that was a fantastic effort from Matt. Extremely difficult to catch the cue ball, try and screw across the cushion as he did.
But now that should be the end of frame. Indeed, as soon as the red went in, Selt conceded. So no trees pulled up, nothing spectacular, but Jack Lisowski takes the first step to winning Group 1. He leads in the final against Matt Selt, 1-0. You know, the quirks of the professional tour. Before last night's meeting in the round-robin phase of Group 1 of this, the Bet Victor Championship League, Jack Lisowski and Matthew Selt had not crossed cues since a small tournament in Belgium 10 years ago. So they went a decade without meeting each other, and now this is their second match in the space of 24 hours.
Oh, he was up very quickly there, Matt. Didn't sound good, that strike. Caught the pack much too thick. And leaving the cue ball this side of the baulk line is never advisable against this man. That's why.
1.
Some players, some mere mortals, Stephen, might have worried about the in-off there. He caught it so well, he screwed the cue ball well past the middle pocket. That was a little sloppier though. He's okay, mind you.
Yeah, he
4.
just gets so much on the cue ball. He gets through the white so well. Effortless. That long backswing he's got.
5.
Just accelerates so well through the cue ball. His ball striking and timing is 99% of the time spot on. Something a lot of players would dream of playing like.
Have you played Jack?
No, I've never played Jack in
12.
a tournament. Not yet anyway. But on recent form of him, I'm quite glad to avoid
13.
him at the moment. He's a different beast at the minute. We all keep talking about him and ranking event wins and all that sort of stuff, but you just look at the way he plays and how he hits the ball, and he's getting better and better. Working with Peter Ebden, as we've mentioned,
20.
can only be a positive for him. He's obviously got the game.
21.
He knows all the shots, and maybe just that little bit of an edge that Peter may be able to advise and give him in certain scenarios can be massively beneficial for Jack, and maybe the difference.
Well, let's face it, Ebo was
28.
granite, wasn't he? One of the most mentally powerful players there's ever been.
29.
I honestly thought he would never win the World Championship because he took so much out of himself to get through matches, and yet when he won in 2002 he just kept going to the well and finding something else. It was one of the most
36.
extraordinary triumphs for me in Crucible history. And if he could instill
37.
that backbone in Lisowski, Jack could be a formidable competitor. He's already a formidable cueist.
Yeah, and I suppose
44.
that could be the difference. You know, players are always looking for that little cutting edge, and like we just said, Jack's got absolutely
45.
everything, and maybe just that little extra percent will make the difference for him. Time will tell. He's certainly looking good here though, in straight away. Lead goes to 52 when this black disappears. Plenty of reds available for him, so this could be a quick kill in this second frame in this final.
And look at the ease with
52.
which he played that deep screw and reverse side.
53.
He's so intimidating when he's flowing. There's actually another word when he's playing poorly
60.
because we know how good he is. He can be infuriating. But all is
61.
forgotten when he starts to put the foot to the pedal.
Yeah, just makes that cue ball dance for him around this end of the table.
68.
Although that's not his best shot. He is way short there. He had a lot of room for error. Just didn't get enough topspin on that. Wanted to drift past the pink for options of the two reds. So he's going to need to play a good shot here. 68 points the lead. Still 75 on. Thin cut to middle. Well, he's made that look easy.
69.
Well, he apologises for the kiss on the black, but I don't think he should have done because that was frame ball anyway. The black is just the cherry on top.
76. $77.
Oh, he's made that thin cut to middle look effortless. You could see from the overhead how thin it was. He could just get past the pink and potted it lovely, and that's the end of this frame.
84.
Nice to see another century.
85.
There have been 20 centuries in this group. A fine figure indeed. This would be Lisowski's 5th.
Yeah, and he's done Jimmy
92.
Robertson a favour by taking the pink there. It was 1-4-3 on and could have played the black the last shot. Chose to take the pink into the corner, so no chance of equaling the high break as well.
Stop it, Jack. It's almost unfair.
98. 99.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant break. A Lisowski special. Times out of position, but he's, other than that, he's been pinpoint perfect. Just drifting around the table, he's found a lovely rhythm. He's not holding around, getting on with things like he does.
110. 113.
Average shot time at 15.3 seconds. Super quick, there's not many quicker in the game than this man.
122. 128.
Mesmerisingly rhythmic and brilliant.
Lisowski.
Jack Lisowski's highest break of Group 1, and it puts him on the cusp of overall victory in this group. In the final, he leads Matt Selt 2-0. We've had two very different frames in this Bedfixer Championship League Group 1 final. The first was nothing to write home about. The second was terrific. Jack Lisowski moving 2-0 ahead with a break of 135. Don't know whether Matt Selt was trying to get in his head there, but in between frames he said, "Any chance, Jack, of dropping on balls you intend to be on?" I don't think there was much wrong with that break, do you? And there's not much wrong with that.
Road players. 1.
No, he's not had much of a look so far, Matt. Maybe just trying to disrupt Jack's focus, but can't see that happening.
3.
He's in the zone. Here's Jack Lisowski, hitting the ball extremely well now.
Yeah, I don't think it was any kind of sportsmanship from, or bad sportsmanship from Matt Selt. It's just the way he is. He's just a funny character. Lisowski brushed it off. And if this continues, very shortly he'll be brushing Matt Selt off.
Another good chance to open the reds here. Plenty of action on the cue ball. Oh, he's got too much on it. And that red just pulling up on the middle. Well, that's not worked out too bad. That's made that pocket quite big now. I thought the red was just going to go over the middle. too bad for Jack. He can play towards the red, knowing if it hits it, it's in. Well, he's potted it direct, and that shows you how well he's cueing.
You know, there's a 9-ball pool player called Jason Shaw from Scotland, lives in Connecticut in the USA, regular in the European Mosconi Cup team. They call him Eagle Eye because he's such a wonderful potter. And I think Eagle Eye would definitely also apply to Jack Lisowski. Just instinctive potter, isn't he?
He is, yeah, and it's amazing how accurate you have to be, but that wasn't very accurate. He's just
Jack
thrown a quick one in there.
11.
That's a let off for Matt. Now, by far, not an easy chance this coming to the table. Black tied up to some degree at the minute.
Yes.
Plenty of graft here to make this into a good opportunity, but he'll just be delighted to see Jack Lisowski sat back in his chair.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised. The way he was going, I did not expect Lisowski to miss that.
It's not very easy to control the cue ball potting that red to middle. Not guaranteed to get on anything, so choosing to play the more difficult red. Yeah, and played it with check side as well, so...
1.
It's a good pot from Matt. Again, doesn't look too happy that he's just landed the wrong side of the blue. It means he can't finish nice on that red again.
Remember,
6.
Selt let off the hook in his semi-final against Ryan Day. He was 2-0
7.
down, came back to win 3-2. This story is not written just yet.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me, man.
12.
This is so boring. So boring. So boring.
So 2,
But
you've got to
so
be kiddings,
12.
and then 2 so borings. I don't think it was boring, it was just annoying.
Yeah, he's just getting a bit frustrated with what's going on out there at the minute. He's not able to get hold of that white, and he's just chasing his positional side, and catching the middle draw will not have pleased him one bit, as we saw. But he's played a steady little safety shot there. He's put Jack into a bit of trouble. Very difficult to just rest on a red as well. Needs to be pinpoint accurate if he's going to do that. Yeah, he's played it well. The tap on the table from Matt says the
Better off standing that side, Johnny.
Ben?
You're better off standing the other side, yeah?
It's up to you. Okay, if you want me to stand right in front.
It's easy for you to sit.
Okay.
Nothing in this frame, 11 points to 12. We have seen a couple of re-racks today. Forget the re-rack now.
Well, that wasn't very far away at all, and played the shot quite well. Didn't know where the red was going to finish, but it turned out to be disastrous for Lisowski. The red travelling up to baulk, catching the brown, and he's left mat plumb in.
Selt needs to score. 7 players in this group, of course. 6 of them all managed multiple centuries. Selt just the one over the 2 days. Mind you, in that semi-final comeback against Ryan Day, he did put together breaks of 73 and 77. I'm not writing him off. Selt well capable of fighting back, but I can't see a 3-2 victory for him
5.
achieved in bits and pieces. Can you, Stephen? I think he has to score.
Yeah, I think at any level on the tour now, the standard is so good. That's probably the most
6.
important aspect of anyone's game, is the scoring. Players are so destructive in that area of snooker now, score so heavily. There's only so much tactical you can do before you're going to have to start winning the games in one visit. But Matt's battling away, and you'll have to scrape him off the table, that's for sure. Getting rid of this red now opens the pink spot.
12. $18. 19. 25.
Their break building styles are polar opposites. Selt, very
26.
meticulous, measured. When Lisowski's on a break, it is an adventure.
31. It's 2. $33.
As he walked around the table there, took a look at the scoreboard,
39.
which tells him that he's 40 in front. So red, big colour, red.
40.
Finished a little straight on the pink, the red to the right of the black. Will pass. I wonder if the red above it will. If it does, that's okay.
This is frame ball.
46. $47.
He would love a colour and one more red to make absolutely sure.
You have to say he's taken these well, considering Lisowski's froze him out for the last two frames, so
53.
this will be nice for Matt to get a frame on the board. Another £300 banked.
54.
Go into the next frame with a bit of momentum. Try and keep the pressure building on Jack.
$60. 61. $67. 69. $72. $76.
Just a few exhibition shots coming out at the end of the frame.
Playing some Lisowski-esque
87.
shots. Nicely done from Matt. It's a good clearance.
A break of 87. And you know, at points during the round robin phase, again very much in the semi-finals, and now Matt Selt is proving resilient. He trails only 2-1. It has been such a high quality Group 1 to the Bedvictor Championship League that it's entirely appropriate we have a really good final. Jack Lisowski made a 135 break to take a 2-0 lead over Matt Selt, but Selt responded, as he's done throughout the 2 days of competition here, making an 84 break to get it to 2-1. Now, both players have popped out of the arena, so that gives me the chance to tell you who's going to be involved in Group 2 here tomorrow and on Thursday. Well, we don't know the 7th player. That's going to be the loser of this match. Well, the first 6 looks good, the group. Barry Hawkins, Rob Milkins, Jamie Jones, Stuart Bingham, Jordan Brown and Ryan Day. Plus, as I say, the runner-up in Group 1.
Jack Lisowski to break.
Lisowski hoping against hope. It's not him. Heard Matt Selt say there, talking to himself, chuntering away, pace is the key. I think potting balls is also pretty key, and he was nowhere near that one.
1.
No, it was a tricky red. He was attempting jacking the cue up in the air, trying to get a little bit more bite on the white to find the path behind the black. Very difficult, easy to flick on a trace of side, and that shot, Jack trying to come twice across for the red above the black, and
3.
he may have landed okay on one red. Needs to be pretty straight and requires immaculate cueing. He can play the red above the black and play a cannon to it. It's a good pot.
4.
We know these pockets across the top cushions have played generously over the 2 days, but even so, that was a fizzer.
Yeah, he's hit that black really well. Plenty of work on the
12.
cue ball as well, and landed not too bad on the yellow. Maybe worth going into the pack of reds here. Well, he chose to play for the loose red at the bottom of the pack. He's finished low as well, so he's going to be releasing more reds
14.
here. One good positional shot.
15.
And now you always seem to get these in what is a potentially clinching frame. These quintessential pressure shots.
What pressure. Made that look easy as well.
22. 23.
Helping Lisowski here to a certain extent. Those 2 awkward reds are by the blue. If he gets that far, it will be game, set and match. When you've got a couple of balls safe and you're at the table, you know that if you do make a mistake, it might not be terminal.
Yeah, he was just weighing up his options there, Jack. He wasn't quite certain of what shot to play, and
30.
felt it was worthwhile playing the top spin into the pack of reds. They were already open to some degree. Could have played a quieter cannon than that, but chose to go into him full-blooded. He didn't land perfect.
Yeah, I thought he was very unlucky
Jack
there.
Lisowski,
Very
30.
unlucky.
Yeah, he had a good contact on the pack, and that's all you're really looking for. You're trusting to luck to some degree, but when you hit them right, you kind of expect to be on one a bit easier than that. But not to be. As you say though, Phil, 3 reds now, it's sort of in awkward positions.
Make that 4 reds, and this 30-point lead is starting to look handy.
Jack just eyeing up this red next to the pink to the right corner pocket. May not be able to avoid a cannon here, so this as well is fraught with danger. Well, it was fraught with danger, and in missing it is promoted 2 of the safe reds, so another half chance for Matt. A lot of balls in open play now, and still only 30 points behind.
Yes, a classic case of just how one shot can transform the look of a table.
One.
That's a great pot. There was pressure on that. Queuing down to stay on the black. That was definitely missable. Leaving everything, every credit. So now he's got a good chance. Oh, Matt.
Matthew Selt 1.
Matt. That's unforgivable. Potted such a good red, and he's just took his eye off the black there.
One.
And now, if Selt isn't fearing the worst, he should be. Just the application of side added to the complexity, but Stephen Horworth was quite right. He should not have missed that. Not in a month of Sundays.
4.
Yeah, and by the
5.
look at Matt's face, he's definitely fearing the worst now. These balls are in great positions for Jack to make this a frame-winning and match-winning contribution. Not a lot of work to do with the
8.
cue ball. Just got to try and keep a close white and get as close to his next ball as possible.
Thank you. 9.
Going up in small increments this break, but he's staying at the table. Question mark.
13.
Yeah, that one's gone astray slightly. He wanted to be 2 cushions down, avoid the blue and get on the 3 reds here, so another good pot needed. And another one missed.
Jack Lisowski 13.
Very unexpected. He made only 13 from that. That was purely and simply the circumstance.
One.
Yeah, it's amazing the psychology of this game, Phil. That miss black
4.
from Matt may have took some getting over if Jack had gone on to clear up, but I'm sure he's forgotten all about it now. Back at the table, in control of this frame at the moment. Although he is behind, he's in a position where he can dictate play at the minute. Nothing Jack can do in his chair.
5. Nine.
Wanted to be a little bit closer to the cushion this, so it's a bit of a stretch. Slightly hampered cueing as well. That's a very nice pot.
10. 13.
This is so typical of Selt in the group as a whole. Just refusing to accept that it's not going to go his way. Doing enough to make the semi-finals. Coming back from 2-0 down to beat Ryan Day and reach the final. And now clinging on for dear life in this.
Tell you what, Phil, this would be some clearance if Matt goes on to pinch this frame. There was plenty of safe reds when he came to the table, awkward positioned as well. Doesn't want to be straight on this one. And he's got a little bit
19.
of angle. He's going to have to play this with a bit of pace. Wow, another great shot.
20.
And he does have an angle. He's got options if he wants to stun in behind the red for middle or corner pocket or try and promote it. He's gone for the latter. And he's not quite managed to make contact with the red. That'll frustrate him, that.
24.
I don't think that was a natural angle off the brown, was it? Had to pardon me, had to manufacture the angle and he didn't quite get there. The frame, though, very much
Nothing
up for
Selt.
grabs.
24.
Lisowski only 18 ahead. And look at the colours. Very clearable, if that's a word.
Yeah, nothing safe. You have to say this is a red ball frame now. Both player be focusing all their efforts on keeping that red as safe as possible. And Jack might be in a little bit of trouble after this next shot. That can send the red down the table, hold it in a similar position to where it is at the minute. Play a snooker.
don't know what the psychology is, but it seems to me that Selt seems to be at his calmest when his back is against the wall. It was certainly the case against Day, and it's the case here. Yellow's in. Where's that red going?
Foul.
Ooh.
4.
Lisowski will be very relieved.
Yeah, that was a tempter for Jack. He weighed up his options and felt the need to go for it. And he's had a bit of a touch with the red cannoning the white. He's not left anything easy for Matt, but you have to say he should probably be in a snooker after this next shot.
Shrewd.
Selt saying shrewd in a very sarcastic way, because of course he will need the blue, and he's knocked it safe and didn't get the snooker anyway.
Yeah, that was a huge error from Matt. Putting that blue safe was criminal, but not getting the snooker.
Now, is it worth a punt down the cushion for Lisowski? The white and the red certainly on the correct side of the table for a left-hander.
One.
That's a good shot. He's played that at a great pace as well. Where's that white going? Oh my
Foul.
goodness me, Phil, what has he just played there?
That was
Jack Lisowski.
hard
7.
to comprehend.
Selt.
For someone as good as Jack, that was a brain freeze.
Yeah, I just it looked a natural to be going close to that middle. I don't know why he's not just stunned up the table. Now, does this yellow pass the blue? No, it didn't, so playing the snooker in behind it, and that as well is not one of his best.
Don't leave it short, Matt, and that's exactly what he did. So Lisowski,
2.
10 in front. Very importantly, he needs the blue now as well.
Thank you. 5.
The 7 points he gave away in potting that black, making his life difficult.
Yeah, good spot, Phil. It made all the difference, that did.
9.
Bit of a disastrous end to this frame, you have to say. It's been riddled with errors. And you feel it's probably going to come down to the blue. No real obvious telling safety shot he can play here. The blue very awkward. Just under the middle pocket there.
Jack Lisowski, 9.
All very tense, isn't it? On a couple of occasions, Lisowski's looked a certainty to win this frame and the final, but he's not there yet.
No, it's a bit of a fall over the line if he does go on to win this frame, and again Matt failing to get the object ball safe has left Jack another attempt at... Yeah, good pot.
5.
What a ball to knock
Jack
in,
Lisowski.
to win a frame, to win a match, and
Thank you.
as it turned out, to win a Group 1 of the Bedvictor Championship League. You know, yesterday morning, first up on table 1 was Jack Lisowski. He beat Jimmy Robertson 3-1, made a couple of centuries, announced his arrival in the tournament, and in the end, he was the last man standing. Matt Selt, he made mistakes in the final. So too did Jack Lisowski, but in the end, the highest ranked player in the group, the world number 20.